and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Yug.
And I'm Matt.
Tonight we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not in Australia.
We'll talk about the games for Windows Dash Live.
Little big
Planet Talk.
Little Big Planet Talk.
And we'll talk about religion in gaming.
Yes, because that's not a controversial topic.
And we're also going to say, that's what she said, randomly after things we say, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, that's what she said.
No, it's got to be funny.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay, it's got to be funny and not too often.
Okay, right. Not every word I say.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look,
Let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first, because there's so much to talk about there.
Oh, there is. I mean, just in general, I could spend the entire podcast talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In fact,
let's drop everything else. This is the Ninja Turtles podcast.
I was a fan of the Turtles before they became mainstream.
Before they got commercial.
What? I'm serious. I used to actually read the original Eastman and Laird comics.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's quite tragic.
No, it's not tragic.
Actually,
the original comics were some of the most violent and gritty comics that I'd actually read in a very long time.
I've heard they're very different.
It was all just like they didn't have colourful, different coloured masks and all this kind of stuff, and it was gritty and very, very violent.
And then it got very cartoony very quickly, didn't it?
When it got the TV
when it got
series,
commercialised and stuff.
But no, in the original comics, like the Shredder, the main villain in every Turtle thing, he died in the first book, the first comic book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty sad.
It wasn't sad. It was just he wasn't that
big a deal.
But it was all talk.
He was always the "I'll get you next time" gadget, wasn't he?
He was.
Like he really every time he had these dastardly plans and it was just foiled. I love villains with dastardly plans that will not fail this time, but they always fail.
They always do, and they keep trying. Though.
Oh,
that's
they do.
Know?
And you know what they never do, and I love this. They never super villains never just move to another city.
They never give up.
But wouldn't you just go, you know what? This Superman guy is really bumming me out in Metropolis. I'm going to Detroit.
Well, first of all, Superman could be around the whole
world.
He
can be, yeah. But Spider-Man, if Spider-Man's foiling your every move, you know...
Move to a... But this is the problem, right?
Boston. I bet Boston doesn't have a superhero.
This is the thing, though, right? I mean, these bad guys, they have a one-track mind.
They really do.
I want to take over the world. And their opinion is, look, if I can't take over New York, how am I supposed to take over the world? You know? If I'm getting
Step one,
here.
New York.
Yeah.
Step two, the world.
Exactly.
Well, that's baby steps.
Yeah, they can't.
Bit at a time.
They can't do one city, so
take over the living room first, you know, and then step up to maybe the whole house, you know,
see what the wife says, you know, as long as it's okay. Yeah. You know.
Oh no, it's Thursday. Damn.
Getting back to the Shredder as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles villain. Here in, I'm going to call it TMNT.
Yes, TMNT.
Yes.
Demand.
Yes. Demand. Yeah, one thing that really bothered me, and I obscure reference back to the original comic, which was brilliant. In the original comic, the Shredder's outfit was actually, it was very samurai orientated. It was actually very cool. It was very Japanese. It did not look...
Hence the samurai.
Yeah, exactly. And then suddenly in the cartoon, he changes to a big cheese grater.
He does. He turns into a kitchen implement.
I know he's the Shredder, but does he need shredding implements?
You've got to make it clear that he does in fact shred
on his wrists.
Because you wouldn't want people to not realise he shreds.
But why shoulder pads? Why shredding shoulder pads? Just in case someone is going. I mean,
well, you know what? I always thought those kind of things were just for decoration and for like fearsomeness until I saw. The Joan of Arc with Mila Jovovich, the
Resident Evil.
I don't even bother to learn her last name because it will soon be Burgess. But anyway, she the one with her, the Joan of Arc with her. One of the guys, one of the knights has shoulder pads like that, and he actually shoulder charges someone and knocks them down, and it's surprisingly effective.
Right,
like it munges the guy up quite thoroughly.
I just thought it was an outfit if he ever comes to in a battle against the Iron Chef or something.
Yeah, you know absolutely. I mean? He's pretty much set.
Yeah, he doesn't even need knives. He just throws them up in the air.
He's pretty much choking proof at that point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he's going to win in a wrestle.
He does have sharp things all over him. You're
He
not
does
going to
have
just
sharp
run
things.
at him.
But he would want to be careful himself. Like there's a statistics that I think 80% of guns end up killing their owners.
He wouldn't want to be blonde under that thing, and sort of when he goes, I don't know, sort of lean his head from side to side. That can hurt.
He'd end up with no ears.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's why he wears the helmet. Anyway, let's move on. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is coming about because, as AJ mentioned on the front of the site, the arcade game is coming to Xbox Live.
If you don't remember the arcade game, you should be ashamed of yourself.
One of the best co-op games. Back in the
best
day.
co-op multiplayer game ever in the history of mankind.
Great game. Loved it.
That and Stone-O.
I'm sorry, say again?
Stone.
Stone-O.
Game.
Stone-O.
It was called Stone-O.
Stone-O.
Yeah,
Not
it was.
Stone-O.
It was no. It was more of a prehistoric kind of game. Just two rocks.
Did it involve stones?
Yeah. It was a multiplayer game, prehistoric.
What brilliant marketing company came up with the name Stone-O?
It was a prehistoric game, and that's really all they had.
Right.
It was just rocks.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That's weird. Yeah,
You're an idiot. Are you aware of that? I just said it was the best multiplayer game in the history of time, and then I just made up a fake game that was prehistoric that was better but would be included, and you've just taken it way too far and made me justify.
I did not know you were making that up. I thought, was there a multiplayer game called Stone-O?
No.
Really? Was it better than Bubble Bobble?
And that's why I said prehistoric numerous times, so you would get the concept. But you clearly didn't hear
pick it up.
Too many syllables in that word.
I'd be interested to know if anyone else listening to this picked that up too.
Yeah, just to see what the hell I was talking about.
And just see how stupid I am.
Great
anyway,
game.
it's the arcade game coming to Xbox Live, but not in Australia.
No, Australia apparently sucks ours too much to get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Now, of course, this isn't the first time that we haven't gotten, especially live stuff. Actually, there's demos that have been released in the States, but not in Australia and things like that. But I think the thing that pisses me off
the most
is,
other than me,
it's not a US thing.
No,
the game is coming out in New Zealand.
Yeah.
There
is actually a short list of companies of territories it's not being released in, and it would appear that
it's not available in
Germany,
Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, Singapore, Taiwan, and Australia, because Australia fits into that category.
We're Asia, apparently, whereas New Zealand's not. I'm not quite sure how that works.
What is New Zealand then?
I don't think anyone cares.
Right.
If you're from New Zealand and you hear this and you're offended...
Well, you shouldn't be listening. It's Australian Gamer.
Australian Gamer. Also, if you're from New Zealand and you're listening and you're offended, you're just of no interest as a person anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
And your opinion is...
doesn't really
beneath
count.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless you're cute, in which case your opinion is important to us.
And please contact us
Please come
soon.
around and visit, and we can discuss how important you are.
Careful there. You're starting to sound a bit like Ripperjack.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
No.
I don't really want to do that.
No.
Yes.
Anyway, it's a publisher problem.
Yes, it is.
That's not coming out.
The rights are owned by someone who does not understand the concept of Xbox Live.
Yeah, so that's it's just really frustrating, and we'll do a bit of research into that.
I think we'll not only follow this up, but we'll actually chase it mercilessly, because it's just silly.
This is something we should chase mercilessly as well.
Yeah.
This is something that we're supposed to be doing. This is the reason we started the site initially. So we will look into this one and follow this one up very, very thoroughly.
Yes, we will indeed.
Which basically means that we'll forget we said that, and then
we'll do nothing about it.
And
then someone will remind us, and we'll go, yeah.
Eventually we'll get around to that.
Mm-hmm. But back on getting on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
again.
Yes,
because we want to talk about that.
That is the podcast.
Yes.
I saw a video on YouTube today of the biggest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan in the world, and she's spent thousands of dollars.
Okay.
She spent thousands of dollars on... I think if you look on YouTube and search for, like, biggest Turtles fan, I think you'll find it there.
Right, right under the actual fan of real turtles. Actually, they collect real penny turtles.
No, there's actually a fan made up of turtles. It's a ceiling fan.
Right.
And
Fantastic.
it's not very good at blowing air.
No,
but it does do a fairly good job of being a fan made of turtles, which is important.
Yep.
Anyway, but yeah, she's completely and utterly crazy. and strange and just weird. But there's two bits of it that are like my favourite parts of it that are just well worth mentioning. One is her brother, who they're interviewing, and he looks kind of nerdy because he's wearing like a big Superman shirt with like like a Superman Hawaiian shirt, which in any other company would be pathetic. But by comparison to his sister, he's like uber cool.
Right.
And they must have asked him some sort of question, and he says, "Other people have pets. I've got my sister." Which is, I thought, a great line.
That's nice.
And the other thing that was particularly funny was the chick at the end, not only talking about, but singing one of the songs from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles musical.
There was
that she went and saw. Apparently there was a musical, and she went and saw it. And the song from it...
Tell me it was the Vanilla Ice song.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay, right.
The song from it changed her life. If the song from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles musical changes your life
is really
you need to really look at your life.
Yeah, you've got a pretty boring life.
So yeah, that's pretty tragic.
But I mean, in the same respect, I remember back in the day, I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I collected all the figures, the comics. I even got the Pizza Hut collectibles. I got the coins out of the Sunday Mail, all the collectible coins and stuff. And I've still got big cardboard boxes stored at my folks' place with all the toys, all the cardboard clippings, the videos, everything. I went turtle crazy.
You had Turtle Mania.
I had Turtle Mania. But then again, I was also spoiled as a kid. I had all the turtles, but I had a crap load of Transformers and He-Man and all that kind of stuff as well. But Turtles were my favourite.
Yeah, fair enough.
By a long
There is
while.
a Turtles movie coming out too, which everyone should be aware of.
The animated one. Oh,
yes,
the CG one.
Yeah. So that also looks cool.
Well, I think that's one of the rumours about why the arcade game's actually been delayed in Australia. They say that it's... One of the rumours going around was saying it's been delayed to coincide with the launch, which is bullcrap.
A crock.
It's
big steamy crock.
Yeah, it's... No, I don't
Whether
buy
it's
that.
true or not, it's still a crock.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
It's more a crock if it's true.
It's out elsewhere, so that doesn't count.
Yeah. Besides, when was it made? Like 88 or something like that? Like, this is not...
It's not exactly...
It's not exactly new. You can get it on MAME, for Christ's sake. Just release the thing.
Yeah, good point, actually.
Not that we... forget it.
Let's move on to some non-turtle related stuff, just for a little bit.
We'll come back.
Just for a bit. We'll come back to it. And we want to talk a bit about games for Windows Live.
Now, the question, and I think everyone...
Sorry, games for Windows -Live, as Samo so elegantly pointed out.
The question is, and I think this is an important question, and I think all of our listeners would be wondering the same thing.
Of course.
Is it a dash, a hyphen, an N dash, or an M dash? And I think we really need to contact Microsoft to really confirm this.
Let's
and be
ask
sure.
that. Actually, you know what? Let's ask.
What the hell? Let's find out.
I'd be interested to see their response.
A hyphen, a dash, an M dash, or an N dash. And we'll find out any other sort of strange, weird characters.
I think we need to know that.
It could potentially be.
Now here, I mean, read up about it because it's, I mean, do you need Vista?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's part of Vista.
Right. Here's the question I have. Now, I have an Xbox Live account called Yug AG.
Yeah.
I have a MSN, Microsoft Messenger account.
Yes.
You know, my @Hotmail address sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, am I able to merge those two, or do I have to choose one or the other?
I don't know.
See, that's the question I've got.
I suspect that maybe not in the first round, but considering they're calling everything live, I suspect they're going to start to drag things together. To what degree, I'm not quite sure, and how quickly they do it, I'm not quite sure.
If they drag it together, and I'd imagine they would because they want to integrate all this live stuff as much as possible, great. But I don't particularly want MSN and another IM application running at the same time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And you don't also necessarily want all of your gaming buddies to be on your MSN list, and vice versa.
Oh, I don't really have a problem with that.
You might not, but not everyone would.
Well, you could... yeah. No, actually,
Do you want your lists to be the same people? They might not
yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Like, because it would probably be in another category. You know, you've
Yeah,
got your
maybe,
MSN
maybe.
contacts and Xbox Live contacts. You can close that one if you want, or open that one if you want. And the people that are on the new games for Windows Live will probably be one for both, or I don't know. I don't know how to work, but I'm interested, and I wasn't interested a long time ago. A while ago, I didn't actually care that much, but now I have Vista. I do.
Yeah, now you have an Xbox 360 Live and
yeah, exactly.
Xbox Live and
Vista.
Vista.
Yeah.
You're actually got a reason to care.
Yeah, because it's free, you know. So
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. That comes out on May the 18th, I think.
And I think the most important thing that everyone should be clear on
Yeah.
is that you can use it to play games between versions that are compatible that have the first one coming out is Shadowrun.
Yep.
So Xbox 360 players can compete against PC
Yep.
players. What that'll do in terms of control system and about telling the difference between
Well, that's the question.
keyboard
isn't it?
players and
How much of an advantage will mouse and keyboard players have over the
will
console
it be?
players?
Because I mean, you see some of the hot Halo players; they seem to know what they're doing, but are they good despite being on a? We'll see. It'll be interesting to see.
It will be interesting, and I also wonder if there'll be any kind of handicapping
Yeah, I don't know.
because of
I
that.
don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, maybe like an auto
look, don't
targeting
get me
or
wrong.
something.
I'm sure there will be plenty of play testing and beta testing done by the makers of Shadowground. It's not Microsoft that's making it, is it?
No, I don't think so.
I can't remember who's making it, but anyway, I'm sure there'll be plenty of testing. So
I used
they'll
to read
tune it
those
and things
books,
like
you know.
that. What books?
The Shadowrun books.
It's based on books.
Yeah. Didn't you know that?
No, I
They're
just knew it
cyberpunk.
was like a
They're like a
famous game back in the day.
Futuristic cyberpunk fantasy magic kind of things. They're actually pretty
Hold
cool.
on, what? Futuristic cyberpunk fantasy magic. That's a pretty good combination.
Yeah. It's like, well, we got futuristic cyberpunk stuff happening, and let's add
You know
some
what?
magic.
There's not enough games that have futuristic sci-fi with magic and fantasy elements.
No,
There needs to be a combination of the two more often, I think.
I think so.
Yes.
Science fiction and fantasy should merge
They
and
should.
just become one thing.
Yes.
Oh, look, it's a robot dragon. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I like
Anyway.
it.
Yes, so the other thing that's important is that you can also play a bunch of stupid card games.
Poker.
Yay. Poker.
I want to play poker.
I want a poker too.
I'm sure you do.
Mm.
That's what she said.
Alright. So yeah, what else is there that we wanted to talk about? I can't read that. We're supposed to make these
big
things
little
weird.
planet.
Little big
Little big planet. You
Little
want
Big
to talk a
Planet.
little
Now,
bit about it? in
what I
particular?
wanted to say is that I've done a little bit of research, and it turns out not many people realise this, but Little Big Planet is actually the sequel to The Little Big Adventure.
Twinson.
No,
No.
it's not really. I made that up. It's a total lie.
You bastard.
Yeah, no.
I loved that game.
I know. But,
That game had a sequel, actually.
wasn't it Evil Twin or something? Evil...
Because the first one was Twinson Little Big Adventure. Or something like that. And there was a sequel. I know there was.
Really?
Yes, I'm sure of it.
I remember there being a sequel.
There was.
Vaguely. This
Yeah.
was many years
I
ago.
never played it, though.
Anyway,
Love the original. Keep going.
the reason I want to mention this game is because it makes me hard like glass.
No, that's not in any way erotic or even... That's not even metaphoric, really.
No, it is because glass is very hard. That's the point.
Yes, it can also
Yeah.
be shattered with a hammer.
Also true. Unpleasant sounding, but true. Valid.
Well, anyway, that's not a valid enough reason to want to talk about, frankly.
But it is for me because I actually...
What else new do you want to bring to the table here that we didn't talk about last time?
The fact that I've seen a bunch more videos of it, including the editor, and watched them.
Actually,
watched another playthrough. Now, there's from seeing this editor in action, seeing the game played through a bit more, because Yag and I watched a video last week just before we did the podcast, and it was very impressive. But I actually got to see another run through of the same level done by people who were not spastic,
Right?
and it actually makes a big difference to see the game flow more.
That was a concern I had, and I
Yeah.
think AJ actually mentioned that in the forums, is it looks like fun, but it also looks really fickle to try and grab onto things and the control looked a bit frustrating from the version that we watched.
But there was another version just after the editor. You know how that we watched that editor video? We saw them about to jump. Yeah.
Quickly talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Yeah,
it has a full-blown editor, which is, in a word, phenomenal. It is.
It looks extremely fun. It looks very impressive technically, and what I found most fascinating is that editor is what they used to make the game.
Yeah.
The actual levels were made in that editor.
It's literally a case. It is a drag and drop editor, but as soon as you drop an object in, it is fully realized in 3D, and you can change it, manipulate it, move it, brand it, and it has its complete physics right there as soon as you drop it onto the stage.
And it's worth pointing out that this is not you're in editing mode, you make an editor, you make a level, and then you bring your character in, and then you try it, and then you go back to edit mode. You're doing everything with your character running around.
Something else worth mentioning is the actual interface of the editor is very cross.
It's the cross-media bar. They've used that same setup. Well, it is. Well, yeah, I believe. He said anyone familiar with the cross-media bar will know how to work
It's got that same sort of look and navigation about it, which
is good. They seem to be going for a sort of an interface consistency, which is probably not a bad idea, seeing as Sony
It's not a bad idea, but I haven't used the PSP that much, and I haven't used the cross-media bar on the PS3 that much, just because I'm usually playing games. But I know you were really frustrated by it on the PS3 initially.
Yeah, I didn't mind it on the PSP because the PSP doesn't have that much functionality to get to with that system. There's a few things on the PlayStation 3. It actually gets a little bit elaborate, and sometimes a more hierarchical tree kind of menu is more logical for that kind of thing.
Right. One thing that came up that I haven't actually looked into yet is with that menu. Now that particular cross-media menu and blah blah blah, it might work really well if you only have 20 songs on your PlayStation 3, but what if you have 1,000 or a lot more?
Yes.
It doesn't really lend itself well to that sort of
that being said, the PSP is the same. I have quite a lot of music on mine.
Yep.
And I can't navigate it except at one level directory, I believe.
That's not very good.
Yeah.
But that, in the same respect, that is something they could improve with software updates.
And should have long ago. But they would have to actually do that.
Right.
And that is as a concern.
Yeah.
Because the PSP, they haven't, so...
Yeah. Anyway, getting back to Little Big... You know what? It looks like the kind of game that would be perfect on the PSP.
Yeah, but the thing about it that's so impressive, aside from the gameplay, is the graphics are truly unreasonably
Which is amazing,
good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
All the, we're expecting some massive...
You see games like Halo 3, and you see games like...
It's bizarre. You see MotoStorm and Resistance, and it's like...
Exactly.
Yeah,
not bad.
And then you see this one, it's like... Isn't that incredible at how much...
I actually think this is the first game that I've ever seen that I didn't just think, yeah, but this could just as easily have been done on the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
I don't actually think, and I could be wrong here, and if someone wants to point and laugh at me, then fine, but I actually don't think this game could have been made on the Xbox 360. I don't think it's powerful enough.
Yep.
Which is a pretty big call for me, but
once again, this is a game that I actually want to see in motion on a TV run by the PlayStation 3, not on videos off the internet.
Well, they were playing it. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, you need to see all the detail.
It was.
I'd be interested to see HD versions because a lot of the videos we've seen have been, standard definition or small.
What?
Well, normal. The videos that we've seen on game trailers and stuff have just been normal-sized videos, but they often have an HD version that would give us a better clarity.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Sorry, right. But it's usually filmed off an HD display.
Oh yeah. It is, but we're not seeing in all its detail.
No, I know what you mean, but it's still very impressive. But
anyway,
it is, I want to see it running.
There's two more things that I wanted to say. Did you want to get off Little Big Planet soon?
I would like to. That's what she said.
Little, huh?
Yeah. Big.
Whatever. The two things that I wanted to say were it's coming out this year, 2007. It will be out apparently in a downloadable format in 2007 and early 2008 in a Blu-ray format.
Is it?
What the difference between those two will be, I'm not sure.
Well, because there's so much more space on Blu-ray for it to store stuff.
for all your stupidity, which is vast,
Right.
Blu-ray does have the capability to write directly to it. So I wonder if games are going to actually start to use that.
Whoa, stop. Say again.
Blu-ray is recordable. From my understanding, both Blu-ray and HD DVD are recordable.
Get
I
out
could
of
be
here.
wrong. I could be wrong. Let me
You're
find out
wrong.
more about that before I
You've
speak.
got to be wrong. That can't. That's too big a feature for me to overlook.
Yeah, you're probably right. Someone would have mentioned that. I actually thought the format was recordable.
If it's recordable, that completely changes my opinion of the media and the format.
It's probably
its use.
Well, no. Well, yeah. I think. Let's just say I'm wrong. Let's go with I'm wrong.
We'll look into that a little bit, but I'm
wrong. Sorry about that.
Wrong.
Sorry, everyone.
Yep, he's sorry.
If I turn out to be right,
All right, is there anything else you want to
Yes,
talk about?
there's one more thing that I
Yes.
wanted to say in regards to that, which is that Little Big Planet has jumped above Spore in my I Must Have It list.
Wow.
Top of my list.
Oh, that's big.
I thought that was worth mentioning.
That's very big.
So it's right
Little
at the top
big,
now. It's
even.
Yeah, it's worth saying that it's now Little Big Planet. You know what? Little Big Planet, Home. No, Little Big Planet, Spore, Home. Possibly Assassin's Creed.
Possibly Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's more your thing.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I want it.
That's what she said.
You were waiting for that the whole podcast.
I have. I've
weren't
been
you?
waiting for a good opportunity. You were happy to go with anything, but I wanted my moment. Yeah.
That says something.
Yes.
Okay, that's enough a little bit. Back on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, of course. We
Right.
promised we would. I didn't think we actually would.
No, I want to talk about how terrible the third movie was. Did anyone see?
No, I didn't. I saw the one whose theme song I still know off by heart.
Ninja Rap. That was the second one.
That was
Vanilla
the second
Ice
one.
did a song. And
That's unacceptable.
no, even better, MC Hammer did a song.
He actually did a series of really bad soundtracks. MC Hammer.
I don't know about
because he
this-
did the one for he did a song for crap. What was the movie? Adam's Family Values as well.
Oh yeah, they do it. Yeah, I remember. Oh god, I even remember how to sing it. I know it.
We'll go.
No.
Okay, I can't remember it. I was trying to remember it and I can't.
Don't try and remember it. Just move on.
Yeah, no. I think what's in my head is actually Crisscross. But anyway, yeah. The
Will they make you jump?
Song. Oh yeah, Heroes on a Half Shell. They're on a
Turtle
mission. Yeah, the Turtle Power one. That one I know well.
TURTLE.
TURTLE Power. Oh, there were some great lyrics in that song. Anyway, what were you saying?
You can ask for more. I remember because I had the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtrack as well, of course.
I had a mixtape. Remember mixtapes? You don't really get them anymore.
No, you don't get them anymore.
Obviously people make mixed CDs, but it doesn't seem to be as big a thing. I remember taping the radio all the time.
Yeah.
I used to tape the
back in my day,
top 40.
back when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the days.
Back when, yeah. That's one thing you sort of miss with CDs, isn't it? I mean, cassettes, you'd always record things off the radio.
Yeah, all the time.
You never
yeah.
record things off the radio anymore.
No.
If you hear something, you download it as an MP3.
Yeah, I guess.
It sort of misses a lot of that rustic charm.
Yeah, of having the dude talking over the start of it and cutting it off right before the end, yeah.
And that was click.
Yeah.
Anyway, off Turtles again, and just on to the last thing that we wanted to talk about, which is a huge topic that we can't possibly cover in 2 minutes.
No, but we're going to try.
Religion in gaming. And this comes up because of an article which we just stumbled upon about a Buddhist video game.
A Buddhist video game. Now,
Yeah.
we've seen pretty much every creed. And
It's actually coming out of Thailand.
indeed.
Yeah, some game company
Because
in
they have
Thailand.
Buddhist monks. Yeah.
And the game is based around 5 precepts of Buddhism. Do not kill, do not steal, do not commit adultery, do not lie, and do not drink alcohol, which leads to the question, what do you actually do
For
in
fun.
the game?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess it's a game where you spend the whole time not killing.
Yeah.
But it's worth pointing out that we seem to think that the only way we can possibly have fun or enjoy a game is to kill, steal, commit adultery, lie, and, well, drink alcohol is not really part of a game, but...
Actually, it is in a lot of games. A lot of games you drink
true,
alcohol and then
true.
you get drunk.
Yeah, true.
Or your
Even World
character
of Warcraft.
sways a bit. Yeah, well, actually, that was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, even World of Warcraft Deus
You are
Ex.
drunk. It says it in the little thing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That explains a great deal.
That explains it. But look, I mean, there's this religious game. One that I've actually been looking at a bit lately is actually Left Behind.
Yeah, Left Behind started a bit of...
It's not out here in Australia, but it's gotten a lot of controversy as a religious game, Christian game, based on the books. But the interesting thing with this one that I just want to quickly touch on is that you do kill people. You can kill people.
Yes.
But you should save them.
Yeah.
And if you kill someone, you get -1 point. But if you save them, it's +2 points.
If you save them and kill them?
I don't know.
So if you save them and then kill them, you're still overall positive.
I just like the fact that the difference between like hell and heaven is only 3 points.
Yeah, that is a pretty big, substantial difference.
But like that's a game aimed at Christians, sort of thing, aimed at that, and it's still a violent game because it's based on Revelations.
Yeah, it's a very what's the word?
Apocalypse, sort of apocalyptic.
Actually, I was going to say millenarian, but you can say post-apocalyptic.
Well, most people will know what I mean, whereas I have
true.
no idea what the definition of that word is.
I
actually think you've just made that word up.
No, it's actually the group of people who believe in the whole 1,000 years after Jesus comes back.
Yep.
There'll be 1,000 years of like war and all this kind of weird stuff. People believe various different things about Revelations.
Yeah,
I honestly wish the guy who wrote Revelations had been hit by a bus on the way.
Right.
Because it's just caused so many problems.
It has. That's true.
Or if it even just started off by saying, "This is a joke."
Yeah.
The following.
Don't take it seriously.
The following is not true.
Anyway, look,
of course, that should have been in Genesis.
Yeah. Oh.
What? Sorry. Everyone who has religious things, never mind.
Anyway, is there anything else that we want to talk about? I mean, not that we'll go into like a 30... Because the problem with you and me is that, frankly, we're both fairly... not exactly religious people. We have religious beliefs.
No, which is funny because we actually both were very religious people.
Very much so.
And,
which is probably why...
We're in rebellion now, I think.
It wouldn't work very well if we discussed it in depth because we don't really disagree.
No, we don't.
So, yeah. That's good. That's a good way to end that. Let's go back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I always thought April O'Neil was hot.
Oh, April O'Neil. Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. Do you know who I thought was hot?
Don't say Splinter.
I was actually going to go with Leonardo, but fair enough.
Actually, I thought Donatello was the more sort of...
I saw a comic the other day. Anna actually sent me a comic that was quite amusing and it was gaming related.
Yeah.
But I went through the archives and one of them was a graph of the respectability and power of the turtle versus the artist.
Right.
And it's got like Leonardo with like a big graph for his art and a small graph. It's quite a bizarre way of looking at it, comparing them because Donatello, as an artist, what the hell did he even do?
Oh, I see, as the artist, right?
Yeah, because they are all Renaissance artists, but it compares their fame as an artist and their fame as a turtle. It was quite amusing.
That would actually be quite funny.
Yeah.
Donatello, I don't know.
He was a painter, but I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure he was a painter.
A sculptor sort of thing. I thought he...
No.
I don't know. Well, who else would they have gone? He didn't end in O. What was another Botticelli? Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Botticelli.
The problem with Botticelli is it sounds like a meal. It really
like a
does.
Pasta dish,
it does sound like a pasta dish, which is unfortunately a lot of Italian words do.
Whereas
sound like
Donatello is more of a brand sort of thing, you know. It's more of a sort of Italian fashion sounding name. Donatello.
Yeah, it is. Donatello.
Yeah.
What are you wearing today? Donatello. Yes.
That's what she said. No, it wasn't even funny.
No, it really didn't work.
I was just trying to throw it in right at the end there.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
But yeah, look, let's wrap it up there. We're going to really actually look into this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We are indeed.
Arcade game thing, because it's pissed us off.
Because it's a fiasco. I'd like to call it a fiasco from now on.
Okay.
Can we do that?
It is the TMNT fiasco.
Either a fiasco
Yes.
or a brouhaha. I'm willing to stick with fiasco.
We're sticking with fiasco.
Purely because it sounds less pompous, but brouhaha is an awesome word and doesn't get used often enough.
I wonder why. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to another exciting podcast.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Did you want to add anything else to the end of this, Matt?
I think we both do, but we're waiting for an opportunity to say something like, if I was to, for example, go, this has been really big.
That's what she said. Thanks, everyone.
See you later, guys.
Bye.